5 years. That's 1,825 days. And I spent almost every single one of them building the wrong life. I thought I was doing everything right. I was waking up early, I was hustling, I was posting, planning, grinding. I looked productive. I felt productive. But deep down, something was always off. Something always felt hollow. And then one morning, one completely ordinary morning, I looked at my life and I couldn't recognize it. Not because it was terrible, but because it wasn't mine.
If you're watching this right now, I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself, are you actually moving toward the life you want? Or are you just staying busy to avoid facing the truth that something needs to change? Because that was me. And nobody told me. Nobody sat me down and said, hey, you're running, but you're running in circles. So that's what I'm doing for you today. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share the 7 lessons that 5 wasted years forced me to learn. These are things I wish someone had told me at the start. And I want you to stay until lesson 4, because that one single shift is what finally broke the cycle for me. Let's get into it.
Lesson 1. Busy is not the same as productive. And this one nearly broke me when I finally understood it. I used to fill every hour of my day. Emails, meetings, to-do lists. I had 12 browser tabs open and a notebook full of ideas. I was always moving, but at the end of each week, nothing had really changed. Here's the truth. Motion creates the feeling of progress without the reality of it. A hamster on a wheel is working extremely hard. It's just not going anywhere. The question is not, am I busy? The question is what I'm doing today actually moving me closer to where I want to be in 5 years? If you can't answer that clearly, you're probably the hamster.
Lesson 2. Who you spend time with is who you become. And this is the lesson that cost me the most. During those 5 years, I was surrounded by people who were comfortable. Not bad people, good people, loving people, but people who had stopped growing. And slowly, without realizing it, I matched their pace. Your environment is the most powerful force shaping your behavior. More than motivation, more than discipline, more than any book you'll ever read, you will become the average of what surrounds you. So look around you right now. The 5 people closest to you, are they pulling you up or holding you at their level? This isn't about cutting people off. It's about being honest about the influence you're allowing into your life.
Lesson 3, comfort is the quiet enemy of growth. And it's quiet. That's what makes it so dangerous. Comfort doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come in and say, hey, I'm here to slowly destroy your potential. It just makes everything easy, safe, fine. And fine is the most dangerous word in the English language. Because fine means you're not suffering enough to change. And change only happens at the edge of discomfort. Every time you choose comfort over growth, every time you don't make the call, don't start the project, don't have the hard conversation, you're voting for the person you are right now over the person you could become. And those votes add up fast.
Lesson 4. This is the one I told you to stay for, and I need you to really hear this. After 5 years of going in circles, there was one decision that changed everything. It wasn't a new habit. It wasn't a morning routine. It wasn't a book. It was the decision to stop lying to myself. I had been lying about what I actually wanted. I was chasing goals that looked impressive to other people, but meant nothing to me. I was performing a version of ambition that wasn't mine. The moment I got brutally, painfully honest about what I actually wanted, what I was actually afraid of, and what I was actually avoiding, everything shifted. Not overnight, but it shifted. Radical self-honesty is the most uncomfortable gift you will ever give yourself. And it is the beginning of everything real.
Lesson 5. Most people never start over. Not because they can't, but because they're too attached to the time they've already spent. This is called the sunk cost fallacy, and it quietly traps millions of people in careers they hate, relationships that have expired, and versions of themselves they've outgrown. 5 years lost felt like a reason to keep going down the wrong road, because stopping felt like admitting failure. But here's what I finally understood. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Your past investment does not obligate your future. You are not your history. You are your next decision.
Lesson 6. Your past does not own your future. And I need you to say that to yourself right now. Your past does not own your future. The mistakes you've made, the time you've lost, the wrong turns you've taken, none of that is a sentence. None of that is permanent. It's just data. Expensive data, but data you can learn from. Some of the most successful people in the world didn't find their path until their 30s, 40s, even 50s. Because they stopped letting their past define their possible. Who you were last year, last month, even yesterday, that is not who you have to be tomorrow. Every single morning is a clean slate, if you choose to see it that way.
Lesson 7, and this is the one that ties everything together. How to stop wasting the next 5 years. It comes down to 3 things. 1, get clear on what you actually want. Not what looks good, not what your parents want, not what social media tells you to want, what you want. 2, audit your time ruthlessly. Track 1 week of your life. Where does your time actually go? Because where your time goes, your life goes. 3, start before you're ready. The perfect plan doesn't exist. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The person who starts messy and adjusts will always beat the person who waits for perfect. 5 years from now, you'll be 5 years older regardless. The only question is, will you be closer to the life you actually want, or will you be standing here asking yourself the same questions?
I spent 5 years of my life learning these lessons the hard way. And if even one of them saved you a single year of going in the wrong direction, then making this video was worth it. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to make a different choice. Don't waste the next 5 years. You already know what you need to do. The only question is whether you're going to actually do it. If this video hit home for you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe. I make these every week for people who are done settling for a life that doesn't feel like theirs.